Hello everyone, and welcome to this random idea that I thought I would do just out of the boredom due to the pandemic here in the world, England, Earth, this place. So hi, my name's Matt. I thought I would just start doing a podcast talking about myself and things that I'm generally interested in, just so that it gives other people something to listen to, as I've also listened to other people's podcasts during this wonderful time that we're in with, lockdowns and quarantine and all of that rubbish. So I'm going to try and keep it short, roughly about 10 minutes, just so you're not wasting too much of your own time listening to me babbling on and on and on. Hopefully, this will just be a good place to express myself and ramble on about anything and everything I can think of. So I suppose I'll start with just giving a little bit of information about myself. Currently a fourth year physics student, so I'm learning all of that lovely stuff about how the universe works and how everything is put together. I'm quite into video games, as are most teenagers. I would not teenagers. I'm not even a teenager. You know when you get to that point where age is just confusing, and you think that you're one age, but you're not actually one age. You're a completely different age. Sometimes I still think I'm 16, even though I'm not. I'm in my 20s. Good lord. But yeah, video games. They're fun. Probably people in my generation and millennials as well enjoy video games. I'm also a amateur guitarist. I've been playing for 8, 9 years. Maybe that means I'm not an amateur anymore. I don't know. Trying to think what else. There's like those awkward icebreakers when you are put in group work and you don't know anybody, and they're like, "Oh, tell everybody your name and one fun fact about yourself," and I'm just like, I have nothing fun about myself to say. But on the topic of games, I thought the first thing I'd discuss was the wonderful world of Animal Crossing New Horizon. I'm sure probably many of you that are in the Nintendo verse have probably picked this up because it came out pretty much at the start of lockdown last year in 2020. Came out March 30th, I think, and I picked it up on the launch day, and I've been playing it since. I probably played a lot of more of it in the beginning, sort of you run around, you flesh out your island, you upgrade your house. Maybe you're one of those vain people that tries to find all the villagers they like. That's totally me. Um, and then you kind of lose interest. But I think the seasonal holiday episodes really did help a lot. The Halloween event was quite enjoyable. The Christmas ones were fun as well. The Toy Day. Toy Day was kind of disappointing because you went round, you gave people presents, and then that was it. There was nothing else. But it was nice all the same. And I do love winter and I love Christmas. I love the whole aesthetic of it. It's my favorite holiday, my favorite time of year as well. But my biggest gripe that I should have known about sooner is all of the seasonal recipes. So within Animal Crossing, you can craft items, and generally the ones that each season will bring, you can only get from balloons. Oh my goodness, balloons! Screw balloons. Um, you have to wait for them to fly across your island, and then you shoot them down, and there's people who've done long statistical studies to figure out the probability of what you can get in the balloon, because it's not just recipes you get in balloons. You can get items, you can get clothing, you can get crafting materials, you can get money. So the chances of you actually getting a specific DIY recipe to craft that's based on the season is surprisingly low, and that means it's very annoying. So, for example, this season, obviously, with it being Christmas, you could get a bunch of different Christmas DIYs. So you could get trees and presents, snowflakes, ornaments, mobiles, things like that. And I wanted all of them, or wanted as many as I could, and didn't realize that I had to start shooting balloons to get them down. Now I'm just kind of on that grind to get as many of them as possible before the season is over. I did manage to get all the snowman DIYs. So there's a mechanic where there's some snowballs on the island and you push them around and you can build a snowman. And if you get the proportions correct, they say, "Oh, I'm a perfect snowman." Um, and they give you these ice DIY recipes specifically. So they're all ice themed and they look like they've been carved out a giant chunk of ice. I did manage to get all of them because that's within your power. You can build the snowman yourself. And honestly, the room I built looks amazing. It's probably my favourite room in the house currently. Um, what I'll try and do from now on is get on top of these stupid balloons and get as many of those balloon recipes as possible. But yeah, I'll keep you up to date with that because I do keep playing Animal Crossing. It's good. It's a good game. I enjoy it a lot. It's a great way to waste a bunch of time, especially if you decide to redesign your island. Then that could take literally days, maybe weeks. It's also great for if you've got friends that play it. You can go to each other's islands, run around, do silly things, and get ideas of what you can do on your island. I suppose another thing in terms of gaming that I've been playing recently is Ring Fit. So if you were following games last year at all, you would have known that Ring Fit was in high demand because everyone went, "Oh, I'm stuck at home. I don't know how to end. I don't know how to exercise." And here's this game from Nintendo that promises fun whilst I'm exercising. But I think I eventually got it in May, and then I played it almost extensively until term started with university. And honestly, it's the most fun I've had playing an RPG. Because I suppose it's technically an RPG. There's a skill tree, there's levels, it's turn-based combat. But obviously, it's all done through exercise. That's how you attack and it's how you block and things like that. And whilst the story is kind of goofy, it's fun and engaging enough that you kind of want to keep going to see how it ends. Um, and I mean, I really enjoyed it personally. I really enjoyed doing the exercises as well. There were a lot of new exercises I'd never tried, and you really struggle at first. You don't realize how much resistance the ring con has, the giant circular thing you see people squeezing. It has a lot more resistance to it than you initially realize. And also, most of it is endurance based, so it's not how hard can you go, it's how many repetitions of an exercise can you do. And that was something I really struggled with to start because I have absolutely no stamina. You do see a remarkable, I cannot speak, I'm not used to doing this. You do see a marked improvement over time of your ability to push further and further and do more and more. So it's great and it keeps you busy as well whilst you're stuck at home. And plus, exercise is a great stress relief. Exercise is an amazing way to distract yourself from any of the problems you're going on currently and also help you process them a little better. I definitely recommend picking that up. It is on the pricey side, but I suppose you do have to consider you're getting a full game and you're getting equipment with it. That's why it's slightly more expensive than a normal like Switch game. I've run out of things to say. I suppose my biggest reasoning for do this, I'll give a shout out to them, is my Bim Bam, my brother and me. I've loved them ever since I stumbled upon short clips on YouTube of people like grabbing just an excerpt from one of the episodes and doing that kinetic typography. That's great. And the clips that they pick are some of the best ones. So I started just listening to the show full time, and honestly, I prefer listening to them when I'm going to the gym and doing exercise because it's more engaging the music and plus it makes you laugh half the time. So if you're there in pain or if you're tired, you hear them say something completely stupid and goofy and then you're smiling and you're not considering what you're doing in the exercise. But they're also great for just putting on at home when you're doing work because it just fills the space around you with sound, something other than music as well. I find I cannot do certain types of work to music because it's just too distracting to a beat. But having just somebody talking in the background is nice. It means you're not alone, even though you are alone. I suppose that's all I've got to say. I don't want to keep going, especially when I've run out of things to say. I'll try and do this once a week. We'll see how it goes, see what people think, assuming anybody at all finds this and listens. But I suppose have a good day or evening or afternoon. No idea what time it is for you. Bye.